So the purpose of today is to talk to you guys a little bit about who Antips are as an organisation and what this placement, this volunteer placement in India is all about for you guys. We are an Australian owned and run educational travel company. So we have been in existence now for the last 20 years. We actually started as a school-based expedition company. So working with high schools and taking high school students on leadership expeditions into the developing world. So the three programs that Antips run, there's the schools program, which I touched on. We've got a gap program for students between finishing high school and starting uni, and then we've got the uni break program. So this is where the Swinburne India trip falls. Essentially, it's a volunteer placement in Delhi, India. You're going to be working alongside two NGOs who we partnered with now for a couple of years. The NGOs in particular specialise in both women's empowerment and working with street children. So this has been designed to provide Swinburne students in particular with obviously a pretty unique cultural immersion experience and a volunteer experience during your summer holidays. It's not going to guarantee you a job, but having a volunteer placement on your CV absolutely will add value to your resume. So the dates for this particular trip, we're looking at the 30th of November till the 20th of December 2014. So it's coming up pretty quickly. In terms of the cost, the full cost for the trip is $3,990, but there are equity scholarships available through Swinburne. It's a finite number of scholarships that is available. So as you can see, it's obviously, this placement in itself is relatively popular. So that cost, the $3,990, includes your return international flights from Melbourne. It includes airport transfers, your transport on the ground, your orientation, your accommodation while you're there, most of your meals. So when I say most of your meals, it's your meals during the week basically, and then you've got your weekends where you'll have breakfast provided, and then lunch and dinner is at your cost. There's your pre-organised placement, which it includes some sightseeing trips, so the Taj Mahal and Jaipur, your pre-departure preparation from Antips, and your 24-hour support from Antipodeans in Australia, as well as our in-country partners on the ground. So just to explain, basically in every country where we work, Antips have what we call our in-country partners. And it is their role to make sure that you guys are safe and happy on the ground the whole time. So they're going to be the ones that are going to pick you up at the airport. They're going to take you to your accommodation. They're going to settle you in. They'll be with you day one on project day. And I guess as you grow in confidence and at the project, they'll step back a little bit, allow you guys to kind of find your feet, but they're basically there to make sure that you're safe and happy the whole time. If you're at the Street Kids program, it's relatively informal, as you can imagine, anything from teaching English, doing arts and crafts activities with them, getting them interested in sport. So you guys in particular will get involved, particularly with the teaching of English. It's amazing to see how enthusiastic and eager they are to learn from the people running these centres as well as the volunteers that work there. The other centre, the Women's Empowerment Centre, is obviously focused on working with women who they come from certainly disadvantaged backgrounds, and this centre aims to empower women to train them in vocational training, all sorts of things. I mean, the idea is that they want these women to be able to generate and make an income for themselves. In terms of your accommodation and your meals, you guys are going to stay in a little guest house. It's not going to be 5-star accommodation. You're talking sort of a 3-star guest house, twin or triple share rooms depending on group size. There'll be Western style bathrooms there, which is always a nice luxury in India. You will probably use squat toilets at some point, so you guys are going to have to get used to that. You'll become expert squatters. In terms of meals, you guys will be provided with 3 meals a day. The food there is amazing. It's nothing like the Indian takeaway we get here. We can cater for dietary requirements, so if you do have some, let us know at the time of booking or just after, and we can make arrangements for that on the ground. So why do it? I've probably touched on these reasons. I guess first and foremost, it is an opportunity for you guys to give back. You need to keep in mind you're not going to change the world. You will make a small difference in the lives of these kids or these women that you're going to be working with. And what we hope is that you guys are the pioneers for Swinburne, and you get to travel as a Swinburne team. So guys, the next step essentially for you guys is to send in expressions of interest. You need to send your expressions of interest through to Hayley by, we put down here, Monday the 1st of September. And yeah, otherwise we'd absolutely love to have you on board for November 2014.
This has been a Swinburne production.